everybody. So you might be wondering what's up with my hats. So I think of my various social locations and identities like wearing various hats, depending on the struggles I've overcome and accomplishments that I felt proud of. I feel like my social identities and locations have had a part to play in all of those. So the first location that I want to talk about is my first hat. So that's location is gender, and I identify as woman. And I bought this hat to keep the sun out of my eyes for a hike that I trained all summer for. I accomplished 42 miles in 3 days around Mount Hood Labor Day weekend, and I was really proud of myself. And hiking and being outdoors is really something that I enjoy because I can just be mindful of my surroundings and the glorious mountains and nature, and just let everything go, like my past trauma, abusive relationships I've had in the past where I was told I wasn't good enough, smart enough, all the insecurities that I felt as a woman trying to compete with male counterparts. Various men like my brothers, boyfriends, even my father. So I feel like I've really overcome a lot. I'm an ovarian cancer survivor, so that was really tough to go through when I was told I cannot have children of my own. Society puts pressure on women that to feel complete, we have to have children of our own. So I struggled a lot with that in my early 30s, and I've made peace with that. I don't know what the future holds, if perhaps adoption, fostering could be in my husband's future. Who knows? So personally, I don't think it's going to make or break me as a woman. If it happens, I feel very fulfilled as an auntie. I get to spoil my niece and nephews. So I don't feel like that has to define me. And if anything, I feel that it's really helped me lead me to this path where I am in higher education. So that gets me now to my second hat. Woohoo, PSU! So that location is going to symbolize my socioeconomic status, which is working class, middle class. So I'm the first generation college student in my family, and my folks are really proud. They worked really hard for my brothers and I growing up. My dad was a long-haul truck driver. My mom was a Head Start bus driver. So my dad put a lot of long hours in. My mom was kind of like long hours away from home. So my mom was kind of like a single mom. So that was really tough growing up. And my brothers and I were pretty obstinate at times. With my mom not having a father figure there, and then of course, we'd get our butts chewed when he came home for giving mom a hard time, but poor mom. So we lived paycheck to paycheck, and we never had designer clothes, so I never really fit in with the cool kids. But that was okay because we loved our neighborhood, and we rode bikes, and we built forts, and we played Mario, and it was a good life. As far as being in working class to middle class type of status, I've never had to experience poverty. I've never had to experience going without a meal. So I'd say that, we're really lucky in that sense. I never had to endure violence between my parents. For the most part, marriage is a struggle, but was raised in a loving family. Well, getting past my 5 minutes here. So for my last hat, this represents my race, which is white. So for me, everything that's happened lately, Colin Kaepernick standing up refusing to stand up in the NFL games, to just really voice that really we are not all one nation under God equal. And so I think that really took a lot of guts and courage on Kaepernick's part, and I think that's really cool that Nike kind of used him as their spokesperson. So I haven't always been in favor of Nike. I mean, like the sweatshops and everything, I'm not down with that. But as far as what courage that Kaepernick took to make that stand, I think was really commendable. And from a white perspective, I really stand behind him, and I really stand behind Nike. And I just think that we as white people really need to all stand up against what the NFL players meant when they refused to stand up for the anthem, that to stand up against police brutality and inequality. So anyway, it takes courage, and it takes us voicing opinions when people make racist jokes, when people are gaslighting other races. So, I mean, it's hard because I am an agent of oppression as a white person, but it's just time to show courage and really take a stand. So anyway, I really appreciate you taking time to watch my video, and I worked a 10-hour shift today and yesterday. So anyway, tried to put as much creativity as I could. So thanks for taking the time. Have a good night.